I lose a nigga, I just pop out and go find some more.
Grammatically wrong.
You can't expect us to be wifey material for someone that doesn't deserve it.
Poppin' shit, you would think I went to school for chiropractic.
A-I-D, broke bitch free. That mean I ain't gotta worry about a broke bitch.
Man, you're average looking at best.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, and we gonna just jump right into this shit. A feminist said that she hate motherhood, and blames men for everything. This is exactly why these creek beavers, these ocean monkeys, do not need to have children. Let's jump right into this shit.
Hate motherhood and what we as a society have created motherhood to be, because I feel like it's ruined my life. Hard reality. Oh my God, how could you say that? How could you hate motherhood? I fucking hate motherhood. I hate everything about it. Because no one tells you half the fucking shit that, like, you're just supposed to be born figuring it out. As a mother, you get no grace. Men get all the grace. Men get to be like babies if they want to. It's just all, like, the whole concept. What are you looking at?
Look, she's just mean. She knew all the information. We knew since 7th, 6th grade about contraceptives, condoms. We knew about that. Now she want to come on the back end and complain and be upset because her baby father that she chose to bust all up in that taco, that gordita, that soggy gordita. Yeah, she let him bust, and now on the back end, she's upset. She's mad. She's angry with men. When she knew everything to do to not get pregnant, but here you go. She still got pregnant. And what do? Continue to blame the men.
Like, the whole entire concept of it was clearly created to benefit men. And that's why they feel like the majority of it is just on you. I fucking hate it. I hate that I had to change my entire life.
Let me let you in on a secret. It was to benefit men. Actually, just white men. Black men wasn't even involved, sweetie. Yes, black men wasn't even involved. What are you talking about? You sound stupid. The white men created the judicial system, the amendments, the everything. The Constitution was created by a white man. We were not involved neither, sweetheart. So get in line and grow some balls. Remember? You're independent. This is what you wanted. Shut up and quit crying. Damn. Quit being a feminist and let a man take care of you. Shut up and get in line. But you don't want to, so you continue to complain. Let's jump back.
If I had to give up every single thing, sacrifice all these things, and it was just expected of me because I'm the mom, I'm the woman, right? And men barely have to change any fucking thing. And when they do bare minimum, it's rewarded. And then meanwhile, we constantly are bombarded with judgment at all times for every single thing that we do. We can't even take a break for ourselves. I can't go anywhere without being asked, where's the baby? Like, I'm the only person who made the baby. Yet he can go anywhere he wants to do, like, just do anything. And no one ever was, like, because men aren't, like, the babies aren't considered, like, a part of them now, for some reason. It's just like, they can just do whatever.
They never were a part of us. We spit them out, and we move on to the next one, if you so choose. That's why it's mother's baby, daddy's maybe. Yes, we can go from home to home, busting in guts, making children. It's yours. That's why you're the gatekeepers of sex. You're not supposed to let the wrong man into your womb. But if you do, make him slap on his skin. Instead, you wanted him to go booty butt naked. Yeah, just all raw up in them guts, slow dirty whining all up in them guts until he spit all in them guts. Now you want to complain? Shut up. Oh well, men don't have it easy. We created this shit. This shit hard. We get judged on our height. We get judged on our performance. If we don't perform, on to the next one. You need to cut it.
I hate how no one taught us about breastfeeding, and I had the hardest time breastfeeding, and now like I have this really clingy kid who won't let go of me, and I can't really do much because she's super on top of me, and weaning is really hard, and I don't really have a support system because there's no villages for real. No one cares about mothers. When they come visit, they go straight for the baby. Nobody cares about you.
No.
And it's evident that nobody cares about you.
No.
Like, people don't even like you, but they like your kid. It's just super weird. I literally hate it so much. You're super limited with what work you can do. I've been working remote at home, and it sucks. Right. Like, I'm forced to get these, like, remote jobs that I don't even like, because finding childcare here has just been really fucking difficult. The wait list has been crazy. And so it's put me in a position to just always be a fucking stay-at-home mom while I'm working, and I'm burnt out, and I just fucking hate this entire thing. Like, love my daughter, love being with her, but motherhood, fucking hate it. I'm never having any more kids. That's just it. We're gonna be best friends. I'm gonna pour all my love, everything into her, but will I ever repeat this shit? Fuck no.
So there you have.
Hulu Ad Manager is the easy way for businesses like yours to advertise on Hulu. What's your body count?
I would say like 150. God damn. Yeah, almost like 200, you know?
Almost 200? Oh, hell no!
What is it?
What's the biggest red flag you have when you starting to get with a female?
Septum piercing. It's basically a call sign that she has no dad.
I had the conversation with my ex-girlfriend. I said, I don't want...
Lady, if she's tired of struggling, and she's go to the highest.
She belongs to the street.
Good. I feel like people.
No, I was wearing this short skirt. I
guess it's over.
I think it kicks in.
Spread your legs.
I just said.
Maintain my skincare routine. Entire process skin from the.
I guess it's over.
I think it kicks in mostly when I go upstairs. I get
Listening to?
Oh, I'm not doing this. Come on now. No.
He's not worth it.
right to my privacy.
Absolutely not. I wear whatever I want.
But isn't he the king worth listening to?
Oh, I'm not doing this. Come on now. No.
He's not worth it.
Before we continue, I'm on the website.
I said, dude, watch you keep.
And we get tons of.
How much? What's a lot?
Okay, let me pull it up.
We're gonna check.
Okay, my savings and $2 in my check. Okay, let me pull it up.
We're gonna check.
Okay.
What bank do you have?
Does it change?
What the f*** you doing here? What the f*** you doing here, bro? What the f***, bro? After everything I did for you, ho. After everything I did for you, ho. You finna nigga, bro. After everything nigga did for you. I said, dude, watch your kids, bro. Why you ain't gonna have fun, bro? After all the money and shit I gave you, all the time I wasted with you, ho. I can't even get some money, but I was waiting with your dumb asshole. This how you do me. This how the you really do me. I love you, bro. Jay was right. Jay was right, you dumb asshole. Jay was right, bro.
If I can go talk to...
But the shit we call them stupid for, they deserve to be called fucking stupid for. All I'm saying is I'm too...
Jay was right, bro.
Women.
Right, bro.
If I can go talk to...
They would understand that the shit we call them stupid for, they deserve to be called fucking stupid for. All I'm saying is I'm too pretty. I'm too good of a person, and my personality is too fucking unmatched to beg...
Women.
My boyfriend is on his way over right... Well...
As a jobless poor person.
Well... I'm single now. Rejected.
Go.
And that's how you do it, ladies. You go to dinner with a guy, you have a great time. Towards the end, you start out crazy, tell them all the medication you're on, and then you get a free dinner, and they'll never talk to you ever again. Follow me for more life tips.
Lady.
Alright, so I played those clips in order to just show you guys who are basically holding the line, the traditional manhood line, the uncompromising, non-bending especially the traditional African Muslim manhood line, which Uthman Danfodio kept, which Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba kept, in which El Hajj Umar Tall kept, in which Abdul Qadir al-Jazari kept, and many other luminaries that we have, including Ahmed Baba as well. But as I said in previous videos, this is a gender war, okay? Yes, in the long run, men win, okay? In the short run, women gain ground. They have the advantage. Their advantage is, unfortunately, simps that make them available, give them validation, and are willing to do anything in order to get into some draws, which she is not going to allot to them. But in the long run, we will win. So I've been reading this book called Putin's Playbook. And the thing is about this book is that many of the principles I try to apply to my life. Now, the author of this book allegedly is an intelligence agent for the United States, but really I think she's a mole because she's dropping all the dimes in this book. That's just my opinion. So I'm going to read a couple of excerpts from this book. And I think that these excerpts we have to apply to the gender war, number one. And number two, we have to apply it to how we overall, like that, our overall interactions with modern women, you know, in general. So basically, you know, there's a concept, right? There's a concept, basically. Well, let's go into some things. Now, Putin, you know, Putin was disturbed by U.S. involvement in conflicts such as the one in Kosovo, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, and the Arab Spring uprising. Putin feared the U.S. might eventually intrude closer to Russia. He was known to be personally shaken by the disintegration of Yugoslavia and the brutal deaths of fellow strongmen Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi at the hands of their own citizens. But what she didn't add, though, is that the, United States orchestrated it. Russian officials blamed Washington for their so-called color revolutions that took place in Ukraine, which was a legally funded and American orchestrated coup, Georgia, and Kyrgyzstan. Now, the thing is, the United States were meddling in affairs. We all know they do. And so, it was attempting to draw Georgia and Ukraine into NATO, which we know they do. Now, this is the part I really want to get into that is going to apply to us, okay? There is something called Eurasianism, okay? And this ideology, right, basically is anti-American in view. What it means is that, it's anti-Western, and we're always going to be in conflict, right? It's always going to be in conflict, right? Also, basically, let me see what else. So basically, what this entails is that this Eurasianism, right, basically is a ruse is a rules for installing like anti like Russian and pro-Western governments, right? And this Eurasianism rejects values that Americans hold dear and embrace them as cynical opportunism, inflicting oppression in the name of stability, defense of its empire, and preserving the powerful ruling class defines Russian history. Well, that can be argued, you know what I mean? So basically, another part of the book said, okay, let me see. I'm just going back on some things. This is what Putin said about, because he used to do judo. You know, Putin said judo teaches you to be in control, to feel the sharpness of the movement, to see strong and weak points of the opponent, and to strive for the best outcome. Don't you agree? All this knowledge, these abilities, and these skills are simply a must for a politician. And now, being a traditional man, they're a must. Living in the West, right? And there's one more excerpt I want to read, and then I want to wrap this thing up. So, one thing too is that, like, basically the brotherhood, you know, I believe that, you know, traditional men, we have like a unspoken brotherhood, you know, and we have to look at each other as like body parts, you know, for a bigger thing, right? And so what we're seeing is that Western women are like very dangerous, right? And so therefore, basically, what we have to do is practice. We have to practice Eurasianism, basically. Basically. That's what we have to do when it comes to dealing with modern women. Because from what we just heard, right, you may be in a situation where you think that you have the one. You think that this woman is everything, right? You think that she wouldn't do the unthinkable. But imagine being a woman with a woman who hates motherhood and will use motherhood as a means to get up on you, like so many of them do, right? You heard the other guy in the video who was dating a single mom who still cheated, right? So you always have to view the modern woman with that kind of mentality, that Eurasianism mentality. That doesn't mean that you spew hatred on them. That doesn't mean that you have like what they call red pill rage. What it means, in essence, is that you're steps ahead of their games. That you're already moving the chessboard in order for it to benefit you. In order for you to dodge the traps, right? I've done it plenty of times, and it's worked to perfection. Where you can leave these women flabbergasted and without words, basically, because you checkmated them. And so that's the way I look at the Eurasianism concept. It's like you're just basically checkmating your foe. And since modern women have decided to make us foes, you know, not because we asked to be foes, but because they decided and took it upon themselves to make us foes, we must treat them as such. And again, I'm not advocating for violence at all. Okay? What I'm advocating for is strategic maneuvering when it comes to modern women. Okay? And that strategic maneuvering involves ignoring them completely, right? And I hate to say this because I'm going to sound pretty messed up, but beating them at their own game, meaning that if they try to use you for benefits, you actually use them for benefits. As DJ Khaled said, congratulations, you played yourself. And that's unfortunately how it has to be on this battleground we're on. You know, I used to think it was a war of attrition. You know, the last person standing. But this is a prolonged war. And I'm pretty sure it's going to last for years to come. But the next generation has to study our moves. And we have to be the example to set. So what I'm saying is I'll give you an example. I'll give you a primary example, okay? Even when a modern woman locks eyes on you, take a glance, look away, and leave it at that. Don't prolong the glance, okay? Keep it moving. Yes, you might think it's a choosing signal, okay? And it very, very well may be a choosing signal. However, do not fall for it, okay? Do not fall for it. I can tell you from my experiences that, and I can just share my Santa Monica experience, as there are many of them. In Santa Monica, you have a lot of tourism, okay? Very much a lot, right? I'll tell you something. Women from Brazil, even at one time, women from Iraq, even at one time, women from, let me see, Uruguay, women from Venezuela, women from Germany, women from Sweden, women from Russia. All of them approached me first. All of them asked me, excuse me, or something like that, to that effect. When they had their eyes on me, they came up to me and they basically chose up. Okay? One woman, even from Spain, straight up just said, I'm good looking. She straight up just said it. And I swear to Allah, Allah is my witness. So what I'm saying is that even if the modern woman gives you choosing signals and she's not going to come up to her because the sisterhood told her that she was a pick-me for doing so. And at this point, I don't care if she does or not. You know, I'm unattracted to them, period. You know, like point blank. I'm not even attracted to them. You know, it's always been, I guess, you know, God was sending me a sign when only foreign women were attracted to me, because I guess they can tell with my unusual face, I'm a foreign nigga, which I am. But with that being said, you have to kind of use Putin's playbook when dealing with modern women. Okay? Because right now, and I'm going to be honest with you, I admire Vladimir Putin. The West, the collective West does not admire him, but, I do. But, of course he doesn't take the place of anybody in Islam. Of course not. But the more I dissect his mind, the more I realize how much of a shrewd and skilled person he is. And we can learn a lot. We can take a lot from him. And those were just some of the points I want to mention. We can take from the strategy that, in Ukraine, he not only has like Slavic Russians in his ranks. From what I hear now, he has Afghans in his ranks. He has, of course, the Muslim contingent in his ranks from various parts of Muslim Russian territory. You know what I mean? And he's exposing a lot of things. We can take from the fact that, I'm not saying this is a good thing, but he has nuclear weapons. And he also knows how to cyber, like through the information highway, knows how to disrupt, what you call it? What do you call that word? Like nations that tend to do him harm, including America. We have to have this kind of mentality when it comes to dealing with these women. We have to have a sharp mind. We can't think with the thing in between our pants or in between our legs, because that thing may get us into being another casualty in the gender war. And part of the casualties of being one of the sign of the casualties in the gender war is, one, you fell victim to child support. Number 2, you got divorced. Number 3, you're simping. Number 4, you're having this warped vision of like what love has to be in the West, like a Walt Disney movie type vision. And number 5 is you will accept a woman at her worst, meaning her worst includes a mandatory rooster carousel, which may be of 150 bodies, like the woman on the video that I played you said. And yeah. So I want to end this video by just giving a shout out to Your Average at Best. He definitely laid down, check out his channel. He definitely has some good content. And the other thing I want to say is just please use your mind when dealing with modern women. And the best way to deal with them is not to deal with them at all. I'm a chess player, and many people say that the queen is the most powerful piece. But I beg to differ, because although it can move anywhere on the board, when you look at it, you have 2 bishops, you have 2 rooks. Those things can come up on the queen and hit them when they least expect it, because it's so used to moving everywhere on the board. And that's how you have to treat a modern woman. Not in the terms of worshiping her like a queen, but treat her like a chess piece on a board, who thinks that they have all the power in the world, but doesn't realize that they're only a bad move away from being checkmated or being taken off the board, right? And with that being said, this is Fula signing out. And it's still SYSMB. Save yourself, Muslim brother. And I'm off until the next one. Injarama.